All right, we got the New York Giants at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are definitely a favorite here, -5. And points per game for offense for the Giants, last 4 games is only 12.5. Very bad, very bad. 24.5 on the defensive side. 33 points per game on the offense for the Buccaneers. They're giving up 32.3. That defense is very injured still and struggling to stop opponents from scoring. Baker Mayfield continues to play well. He's throwing for 298 in the air on offense per game the last 4 and 7.6 passing yards per attempt, which is really, really good. Definitely above average there. But the defense has given up 253 and given up 8.8 yards in the air per attempt last 4, and that's one of the worst. But the Giants are still pretty bad too on the defensive side because they're giving up 8.6 passing yards per attempt in the air. So two defenses that are horrible against the pass, but the passing yards per attempt is only 5.6. They don't have the offense that the Buccaneers currently have, but they are going to New York, and it's going to be a little chilly compared to Tampa Bay. So we'll see how that plays out. Passing yards per attempt is horrible for the Giants, one of the worst. Actually, that might be the worst in the league. The last 4, 158 is all, and they're only giving up 180. Even though that defense is giving up 8.6, which that tells you most likely they are giving up too many big plays. Let's look at rushing yards per attempt, 4.9 for the Giants, 5.4 on defense, and offense for the Buccaneers, 5.4. You're looking basically at a 5.4 rushing yards per attempt for the Bucks then this game, and I would like to run and do play action with Baker Mayfield because he is great at play action plays. But they're giving up 5 on the ground per attempt last 4 games. Let's look at points per play, 1.4 for the Giants, one of the worst in the leagues. And then you have the Buccaneers, that is 3.1, which is top 5 for an offense, but their defense is giving up 3.8. So one of the bottom 5 defenses in the league. But the Giants are too with 3.7 points per play. Let's look at expected points. Go and point out some here. -4 for the Giants. You want a high number. So that is below the 0 their team should have, and -7.8 on defense. So they're just playing awful. And then you got the Bucks that are playing above what they're expected to score, which is 12.3. But their defense is even worse than the Giants at -0.7. So that tells you a lot about this team. But let's look at total expected points at -13.5 for the Giants and 0.8 for the Bucks. That would give you a 14.3 spread. Let's just round it down to -14. The Bucks would be the favorite, and that would be a bet if you like to bet that way. Total expected points for the last 4 games. Let's scroll over to game cards. We have the Bucks with a 68.1% chance of winning, and through our simulations, we have a -5 spread. That would be even with the books at DraftKings currently, so that definitely would not be a bet. And mostly green here besides turnovers. The Bucks have been turning over the ball more, but that's because Baker has had to throw the ball a lot to keep up because, as I mentioned before, they're giving up 32.5 points per game in the last 4, which would be the worrisome part of betting on the Bucks here. It's not a teaser opportunity if you do a Stanford Wong teaser, but I might add it to one of my teasers with a 6-point teaser and move that spread up to +11 for the Giants because I'm hoping they would be able to cover that in New York and playing against this injured Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. going to go, but the chilly weather is here, and we really see who the teams are that will be competing at the end of the season. That's all I got for this game. My name's Jordy. You've been watching Betman Sports Betting, and I'll see you in the next video.